Hi, everyone. Welcome. You're watching another TBC 24/7 live broadcast on We Are Giving Away Cryptocurrency to You. My name is Paul, and today's date is August 13th, 2018, and this is episode 120. All right, TBC stands for the Billion Coin. It's a cryptocurrency that came out 2 years ago. And we did not put it on the trading exchange, the market, the coin market cap. You won't find our coin on there. And the reason why is because we have a mission to accomplish with our cryptocurrency. So how that works is, first of all, we're only going to create 1 billion coins. Not any more, not any less. 1 billion coins. You can compare that to, say, Bitcoin, which is making 21 million, is all they're doing. Okay. We needed to make more because of our mission. So we're creating 1 billion. That's it. Okay. Now, the reason we call ourselves the billion coin is because we are in our distribution phase from day one, meaning we're taking those billion coins and we're distributing them out into the hands of the first billion people that will accept them. And that is what we base the value on. Human beings, you and I. Okay? So when someone joins our private community, and all they have to do is register, fill out their name, their email address, which has to be a good email address because you will get at least one email right away that you'll need to open up and click on the confirmation link inside. That will set up your back office. You'll have a website. I'll show you what that looks like. And you'll have a wallet system created. Well, actually, it shows you through your back office how to set up your wallet. Okay, so, and then I think it asks you, obviously, it asks you for a username, which you will use, and it will be attached to your own Kringle.Cash link that you'll be able to hand out to your family and your friends so that they can join and get a free gift of cryptocurrency. Ours, Kringles, is what we call a division of our coin, like Satoshi is a division of Bitcoin. Okay. And I believe it asks you, obviously, it asks you to make up a password, and you can always change that. And then it asks you what country you live in. And that's it. So you can sign up a day-old baby, or the oldest person in the world could come in and get a free, look at it as a savings account of our cryptocurrency in Kringles. Okay, because our coin is the most expensive coin in the world because of our algorithm. Let me explain how that algorithm values the coin based on you. Every person that does join our private community raises the value of our coin by the value of 1 grain of gold. Okay, the current price as of yesterday was about $2.53 per grain of gold. So if 100 people joined up yesterday, it would have raised the price of our coin by $253. Okay, so if 1,000 people join, then it would have raised the price of our coin by $2,530. Okay, and this is why after we've got over close to 3.3 million people after 2 years, our coin is worth just slightly over $8 million per coin. So how do people purchase a whole coin? Well, let me explain how we do this, because we're set up completely different then all the other cryptocurrencies that are on a market that can be traded and also can be manipulated by the wealthy. Okay, now the central banking system, which controls our current economic debt-based system with their Federal Reserve note, US dollar, which is not the people's money. It is a private banking money that Woodrow Wilson back in 1913 turned over to the central bank, a central bank, a private bank of owners who turned around and lent our government on whatever the governments needed with interest attached. And in order to pay that interest, our government here in America had to turn around and charge the people income tax. This is all against the Constitution, by the way. But this is how the central banking, in one form or another, has always been there and controlled governments and countries and stripped their countries of those resources and left the people in poverty. Basically, they just want to control. So they've done that for decades. They've done it for centuries. They did it in America a couple of times. Andrew Jackson was the last one to get rid of that system. And then it came back with Woodrow Wilson when they put him in office. And they manipulated that presidential election in order to accomplish that. Now, we have not been able to get rid of it since then. Okay? John F. Kennedy tried, and he was doing a really good job, too good of a job. And then Ronald Reagan tried, but it wasn't the right timing. These were two presidents that were not bought and paid for by the central banking system. Now we have a president, Donald Trump, who again is a president that is not bought and paid for by the central banking system. And so we're in a position that since 1971, when the central banking system took us off the American gold standard and made our currency completely fiat, worthless, we're going into 50 years now of having a completely worthless monetary, it's not even monetary, currency system that has to implode. It has to, because they continue to make and create money out of thin air, which is now what they're accusing cryptocurrency of being, because they don't have any control over cryptocurrency unless it's on a market where they can buy it up because they're the richest individuals in the world. And they can raise that price up when they're buying it on a market and bring people in to the market who are trying to make a little bit of profit, and then they will sell. They dump. It's the pump and dump system of the central bankers. They do it with the stock market. That's the way they do their system. That's Wall Street. Okay, so they do it with the coin market cap. They certainly do it with Bitcoin. And if you just use common sense, you'll notice that when Bitcoin goes up, all the other coins tend to go up. Not all, but 90% of them go up. When Bitcoin goes down, 90% of the other coins go down. It's obvious manipulation. Okay, so when it gets low enough on the coin market cap, they will buy back their own coins, and then they'll purchase the people's coins that they lost. Okay, and they just do this over and over again over the decades, and they end up with all the wealth. That's their ability to stay in control. With cryptocurrency, they're especially concerned because it's not their system. It was based, and it is based, on an invention by an individual who calls himself Satoshi Nakamoto back in 2009. So it's been 9 years out already that the blockchain technology has been created, which he turned around and used to create a blockchain platform to base his cryptography, his cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, on. And just like when the internet came, it never went away. Same thing is with blockchain technology. It's come, it's not going away, it's only improving. And people are finally realizing exactly what it is, that it's real money. Just like it took about 5 years for the people to understand the advantages that the internet brought them. And so they started to pile in by 1995. And it just went crazy between 95 and 2000. And then it went really crazy because then we got search engines. Okay, we got Google in 2001. We started to get chatting services, which were way better than the forum systems we had in the 90s. We got social media platforms, things that people were easily able to relate to. You know, people love to talk to people. They love to connect, stay connected with their families. And sometimes we get spread out all over. We can't just go drive down the street and visit. But we've got the internet now, okay? And we have cell phones that have the internet on them. This has brought the world together, the internet. But the blockchain technology can do so many things, not just create money, but so many other things that it is, again, like the internet. It's only going to change the world into a better place. And it's not going away, it's only getting better. So what I'm saying, and I'm not the only one saying it, is that cryptocurrency is the money of the future. It's the money that's happening right now. Okay? It's been 7 years before we saw a real mass of people start to come in. About 2 years ago, 2016, right about the time the Billion coin got started. The masses started to come in. They came in over the last 2 years and they're still continuing to pour in. The only thing that's slowing the process is the fact that the coins are on a coin market cap and the values can go up and down. And the people are kind of going, okay, well, what do I do with this coin? Do I use it? Do I hang on to it? Do I look at it like an investment? Do I look at it as an option to protect my wealth that I have in the stock market, my retirement funds? What do I do exactly with these coins that are on the market? Well, you don't have to worry when it comes to our coin, the Billion coin, okay? Because again, we don't put our coin and have not and never will on a trading market exchange. It is a private community that we make an agreement when we join to never allow the price or the value of our coin to go down. It goes up every day because every day more human beings join our private community. And when they do, all it does is raise the value of our coin. Each person raised the value of our coin by the value of 1 grain of gold. And we're going to reach 1 billion people. That's why we call it the Billion coin. We are looking for our first billion people. And when we reach that billionth individual, then the algorithm will stop increasing the value of the coin. Okay? It maxes out. Okay, so the price will never go up after that, and it will obviously never go down. So for example, if the price of gold stayed the same as it is today at $2.53, or at least that's what it was yesterday. In 2 to 3 years from now, when we hit our billionth person and it maxes out, each one of our coins at that point will max out at a value of $2.5 billion per coin. So if you owned just one coin, you'd be a multi-billionaire. If you owned half that amount in Kringles, you'd be a billionaire. So what we are doing right now with only 3 million individuals in our community, the coin is only worth around $8 million a coin, but it's going to go up. You see, it always goes up. So not only is that how our system works, but we have also created a brand new blockchain platform. 2.0, with transaction speeds now equal to what Visa and MasterCard does all over the world. Okay, and that's simply because technology has doubled every 18 months, as it always does. And it's been 9 years since the original Bitcoin came out. Okay, so when we started 2 years ago, we were still on that same platform. And Bitcoin and all the other coins, when they first came out, were on. Now, over the years, obviously, more of these coins started creating their own blockchain with faster speeds. But none of them come close to 2,000 or 3,000 transactions per second, which is what Visa and MasterCard can do, but they're not on a blockchain. It's just electricity and servers. It's just complete digital money. But it is digital money. So when people say, hey, what, or when you want to ask, what is cryptocurrency? It's digital money. And it may seem like digital money because you're used to having coins or paper in your pocket to use as money to back up, but you're also used to having a piece of plastic, right? What is that? That's digital money. So as soon as you realize, well, wait a second, the whole system has been set up since the internet came along to be digital, electronic. Even previous to that, we had cards and we had machines and everything went through electricity. And bam, digital money has been around a long time. Okay, it's just that now we have a money that doesn't belong to the central banks. It belongs to anybody. It belongs to everybody. And our coin is unable to be manipulated by anybody when it comes to our value. So we're in a distribution phase with our coin, and we will be in a distribution phase until we hit our first billion members. At that point, we will release the centralized wallet that we have, which allows us the ability to control the distribution of the wealth of our coin fairly evenly among that first billion people. Okay, we don't let the rich come in and buy what they want. Okay, so we have a 5-year plan started 2.5 years ago, and we're right on schedule. So in another 2.5 years, we hope to be at 1 billion people, in which case we will decentralize the wallet part of our system, because there'll be no more point in controlling that wallet. At that point, the billion coins are out, all billion of them, and the price is maxed out, and that's it. The members can do what they want. At that point, they can give the coin away. It's not going to devalue the coin. They can take care of the rest of the 6.6 billion people on the planet in complete and total abundance. And we will have accomplished our mission, which is to eliminate global poverty. We have never been in a position like this before. We've heard eliminating global poverty. We've heard all kinds of, let's get rid of poverty. Let's get rid of hunger. Join our charity. Send your money to our charity. We've heard this. I've heard this all my life. But we haven't accomplished it, have we? Because it's only a fix. The system will not allow the poor to become not poor. The bankers won't allow it. Okay, so all we could do is go in, we could feed people, we could build a building here and there, a school here and there, do what we can independently if we're wealthy. But the masses of us can only pitch in a little here and a little there. It's like when we see somebody down on their luck in front of the store, looking for a handout, and we reach in our pocket, we've got some paper money, we give it to them, or we go in the store and buy them something. It's a fix, temporary fix. It does not solve their problem by any way, shape, or form. They're still on the street. They'll still be there tomorrow, or they'll be in front of some other store. Okay, that's how you can relate the difference between a fix, an option, or a solution. We have never, in the history of mankind, ever been in a position to offer a solution to really eliminate global poverty, of which nobody can stop us, because the money belongs to you and I. We the people. We the people have all the power. All we have to do is come together. Central banking system will not be able to stop us. Okay, and they're going to crash anyway, but say they were going to stick around, which they're not, because our president and the patriots behind him have a plan, and we are going to get rid of that system. So it's going to come down one way or another. It has to come down on its own, or Trump and patriots will cause it to come down. There will be a transition period between when it goes down and when the new currency comes out backed by gold. Okay, but you'll see this. You'll be able to watch it. It's not going to catch you by surprise. Okay, because we've got to audit. I'm saying Trump and the Patriots. We have to audit this bank. It's never been audited before. In 105 years, they've been so powerful that they haven't allowed themselves to be audited. Well, that's going to change. Okay, we're going to audit the Federal Reserve Bank, and we're going to show the people what they've been doing in the entire world for decades. And when the people find out, that is going to be the end of the central banking system. Okay, but they're not going to go down without a fight. Same with their puppets that they own, the politicians that they own, the governments that they own, because that's how they have been working all these decades and centuries. Okay, so we, the people, just need to come together and get these Kringles in our hands. And when we do that, then we have our own economy, an economy of using Kringles, not using Federal Reserve notes. Okay, now when the money system does get changed over under Trump and the people have their cash back, the government actually owns their cash and prints their own money or whatever is backed by gold, then that's a monetary system. Okay, that's real. That's real money. And as governments do that with their money all over the world, which they're starting to do, back their money by cash in order to stop using the Federal Reserve note. So this is happening, friends, and you've got to take a look at cryptocurrency, even if it's just to use as an option to protect what you have in fiat currency. You certainly want to get involved in our community, all right, our private community of the Billion Coin. Every time someone joins, we give them a gift of Kringles. The gift of Kringles we're currently giving today is worth $2,100. It's free. Okay, the way we distribute that is we use what the creators of our coin call cookie points or cookie reward points. Each point is worth one Kringle. Okay, and they put these cookie reward points in your back office. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, let me go over here and pull up the back office that you get when you join. Hang on, my computer's running a little bit slow. And this is your own website that connects you to our community. We really do have a community. It's amazing. It's the most amazing thing I've ever been involved with. The owners, not the owners, the creators of our coin stay in contact with us every day through a blog system. He makes multiple posts on a daily basis. And we had to bring it down to one individual who's doing the writing on the blog. And he calls himself Chris Kringle because he gives the gift away. Because common sense will tell you if this is the way our system works, then it doesn't do him or them to be hanging on to all these coins in their wallet. No value ever comes to it. If the value is based on human beings having it in their hands, we the people having our own Kringles and having this full worldwide economy where we use Kringles everywhere, then those Kringles have to be in our hand. So he can't make it so expensive that nobody can buy them. But that's exactly what happens, right? So because he has those coins in his wallet and he is not part of the value system, members are. We cannot give the coin away from our wallets. When we come in and we get coins or we purchase coins, whatever, we cannot give them away. We cannot sell them for anything less than what the current value of that day's price is, which goes up every day, right? 12 o'clock Fiji time, 12 a.m. every day, the system looks at how many members came in, adjusts the value of the coin, and that's it for the next day. We have to sell the coin at that price every single day. And that's done automatically for us, so we don't have to worry about it. Okay? But we can't give it away. But he can. And it doesn't affect the value of the coin. Because what it does, well, it does affect the value of a coin. It raises it. Because now somebody's got it in their hands. They are what gives it the value. I gave it the value a year and a half ago when I found out about the Billion coin and joined. I raised the value of the coin just by joining. At that time, there was no fees whatsoever. Today, there's a $10 annual fee that gives you this back office and gives you the wallet. And it's a lifetime wallet with no transaction fees. You can go shop and transact 100 transactions a day and not be charged anything. Okay, all that for $10 a year. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, this is what the back office looks like that you get. I'm going to go ahead and log in. And again, when you make up your password, you can always change it. If you decide, it's up to you. Okay, so here's your back office, right? It will say whatever username that you come up with. I just used my name. Okay, over here on the far top right, you'll see that. Okay, now over here is all the things that you can do. Okay, and each time you press on one of these, a bunch of other things shows up. So I mean, there's so much information available for you to check out. Before you pay a dime, you're going to know all there is about us. Okay, right here you'll see cookie rewards. This is where you'll click and it will pop up a page that will show you how many cookie rewards you have in points. And each one of those points is worth one real Kringle that you can exchange for real Kringles during an exchange month. Okay, kind of like a redemption month. You can redeem those points and change them into Kringles twice a year during the months of May and during the months of May and the month of November. So the next one is November 1st. Okay, so in the back office of your cookie rewards, I'll click on that and you'll see just this blue detail here. But what will happen on November 1st is another button will pop up in green. Okay, this will pop up in green and say redeem. And you'll click on that button. And all the points that you have collected will disappear, right? And they'll go into your wallet and show up as real Kringles, okay, that you can spend right then and there. So that's how we work, okay? We give you the cookies points right up front, because if you go and look at all this information after you sign up and you decide, well, you know, I don't think this is for me, I think I'm going to just walk away from this, then we're not wasting coins that we've given you, okay? Because we don't want to do that. Hang on just a second. I'll be right back. Door's open. Oh, hi. Diego? Yeah, he's here. Hang on. Diego. Diego. Somebody at the door for you. Okay, sorry about that. All right. Yes, you can end up walking away and say, no, I don't want to spend $10. This is not for me. We're looking for 1 billion like-minded people, people that are not selfish, people that are not greedy, people that have no problem with everybody being wealthy in the world. Okay, and there's more than 1 billion out there. Simply because there's multiple billions of people who are living in poverty, or they're just living where they're struggling and living from check to check, which is no way to live at all. Not in a world that is full of abundance, unlimited abundance. We've been lied to. We've been lied to by the people who have the power over us by controlling the money. They tell us there's not enough for us. Not enough for you guys, just for us. Unless you work really hard, or you're really lucky, you're really smart, blah, 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 you're really talented, and you end up with some wealth, our wealth, and then you can join our little club. As long as you do what we tell you to do, you can be a member of our club. Otherwise, we'll find a way to take that wealth away from you. Okay. Now, here's another example of what you'll find in your back office. Before you spend $10, okay, you will be required to go through this send button test. And it's basically our mission statement divided into 10 questions, 10 paragraphs. And then there's a question here. And then there's 2 answers that you can choose, one right and one wrong. If you choose the wrong answer, it just tells you, okay, you choose the wrong answer, you chose the wrong answer, and go back and read the paragraph again and try to pick the right answer. Okay, so you can't fail the test, but what it does is by reading the 10 paragraphs, you will find out what we are all about. Because we don't want your money. We don't want your 10 measly dollars, okay? We want you to take it seriously, and to take that gift that we give you seriously and become a real active member of our community. That's all we ask. So to make sure that that's what you're going to do, we give you all this information so that you either want to really bad be a member of our community, or you just don't. Okay? So this first question is, your world is rapidly changing and the window of opportunity is open for humanity to move in the direction of abundance for all. When the status quo is quickly moving towards exercising greater power and control over the masses through technology, the window of opportunity will be shut within the next couple of years if we let them close it. Collectively, our children will inherit the world we leave behind. When enough of humanity embraces abundance as a lifestyle, together we can empower each other to enjoy it. We want people to understand our coin and its purpose and mission before they make a purchase or pay any fees for it. Passing this test will demonstrate you do understand what we are offering and agree to willingly participate within our private community. The value of our coin is directly tied to our membership agreement and has nothing to do with a market, which is why our coin always appreciates in value as our membership grows. We know this is highly unusual within our world as it is today. We lead in the abundance movement with this coin. It has been designed to empower its users greatly. All of this is based on the idea that a living man or woman is actually worth more than their weight in gold. Life is more valuable than any pile of rocks. Then it leads you to a past blog post that you can click on and read, okay, for help with answering the first 5 questions here. If you need any help, obviously that's enough information for me, because this is what the question is. What determines the value of our coin? And here's the 2 answers. First one, it is based on the supply and demand of it, and it is traded in the open public markets. Well, I've just spent, 40 minutes talking about, or a half hour talking about how that's not what we value our coin on. The second answer is, as living men and women are more valuable than gold, and they agree to add their value to the value of our coin, it appreciates in value as each new member joins the community. That's the obvious question. So you would click that, and then you'd hit the continue button. And if it's the correct answer, it will immediately take you over to the second question, question 2. I'm going to quickly go over and make sure that anybody who might be on my chat right now has any questions. And then I'll come back, make sure everyone can hear and see everything. Okay, everything looks good. Hi, Christina. Hi, Muhaki. And hi, Diana. Thank you guys so much for being here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to question 2. And question 2 is, because we are a private community, we are entitled to self-regulation with our centralized coin network. And discounters of our coin will have their send buttons turned off by admin. Other abusive behavior within our community could also result in the same thing. If a member's send button is turned off, they will be given a period of time to reform, and then they can get their send button turned back on. We have seen that decentralized coins tend to lose their value because of a small number of people discounting them will drive the price down sharply and ultimately create loss for all users of those coins. A coin such as ours, which is based on the principle of abundance, requires a responsible admin to regulate its use centrally. The best way to view our coin is a community property, and each member is a steward over their portion. This is implied within the membership agreement. Okay, and the question is, are you allowed to transact with our coins at any price of your choosing? It's obviously no, okay? Because that would devalue our coin. We are the exact opposite of all the other coins out there. We are an abundance-based coin, okay? We keep centralization through our wallet system. The blockchain is completely decentralized. So the answers are no, our coin is part of a private community, and you have to conduct all transactions at the published current price only. Yes, of course, that's the answer. Because the other one is yes, you purchased the coin and it's your property to use it you wish at whatever price you want. Well, that would destroy the coin. So that's not the right answer. Okay, so I'm going to hit the continue button, and it goes right on to question 3 because I clicked the right answer. Okay, now you can go through these all the way through 10. And what happens is that by going through these questions, and realizing exactly what we are all about, you will either want nothing to do with our community, or you're going to say, wow, this is so different. This has so much real possibility that I want to be involved. Okay? I want to be involved because you know what? You just don't know what you're going to get when you buy a coin on the market. And it's so hard to figure things out. If you're not a financial planner, I don't know even anything much about the stock market. Okay, is what you could be saying to yourself. It's what the masses of people out there do. They go to a financial planner and they ask them, they pay them money to let them tell you where to put your money, which is not really your money. It's the central banking's money. They say, put it in their system. It's called Wall Street. Buy some stocks on a corporation that you feel or that we know is going to become a better company and a richer company next year and the next year. And so the value of your money is going to go up and it will turn into this in 5 years or 10 years. And you'll have this as your retirement. That's their job. That's what they get paid for. To basically lie to you. Not all, but think about it. Follow the money. When it comes to anything and everything you do in this life, follow the money. Money motivates us to do the most wickedest things in this world. Okay? We have 7.6 billion people in the world and only 2,200 billionaires. 2,200 billionaires. That's a pin drop when it comes to 7.6 billion human beings. And you wonder why the world looks the way it does? Now, obviously, here in America, we got to go downtown, right, to see how bad it is. Because if we're out here in the suburbs or we're in a nice, area of the metropolitan city where there may not be tents on the street, we don't see it when we get up. But guess who does? People in Haiti, people in the Philippines, okay? People in Kenya. They wake up and they don't see that. They don't see anything developed in their country, but they see us. They see Canada, they see Australia, they see New Zealand, they see Britain. And they go, how come our country doesn't look like that? What's going on? Okay? We're in a position, friends, to really eliminate that. Okay? It's not just something we're used to because we haven't been able to do anything about it all these years because of the control of the money in the few hands that it's in control of, who absolutely want to keep us down, as far down as they can, in order to control us and get us to do what they want us to do. Oh, you're poor? Well, we'll give you some money. We'll give you some food. We'll give you a place to live, dirt cheap. But you have to do what we tell you to do. If we want you to vote for somebody that we want you to vote for, you have to vote for that person. Otherwise, we're going to stop giving you things. We're going to stop giving you Medicaid. We're going to stop giving you food stamps, EBT cards. We're going to stop giving you Section 8 housing. We're going to stop giving you free abortions. Okay? Just common sense and logic is all it takes to know that that's an absolute fact. I'm not making it up. But things are going to change, people, with cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. It's coming whether we want it to or not. Okay? And there's so many of us that want it that all we're doing by doing these live broadcasts is getting the word out to those who want it. Those who are tired of being trodden on. Those who are tired of living a life of scarcity when they know just by looking on their phones which they all can get, no matter how developing their country is, and wondering what is going on. Why are these countries developed and have indoor plumbing and all these wonderful things, and I'm still crapping out behind my tent or behind my hut or whatever? We are at the point in history of humanity to eliminate all of that, and we're going to. We want you to be a part of it. That's all. We just want you to be a part of it. Okay? We want you to be either a multi-billionaire if you want, or a multi-millionaire. It's up to you. Right now, our goal is to create 1 million billionaires and then 1 billion millionaires. And then we're done. We would have accomplished our goal. And that will happen 2 to 3 years from now. Because the more people that come in, the faster the growth happens. It always starts out slow, right? You bring in one person, what can one person do? They can go tell 2 or 3 of their family members, 3 or 4 or 5 of their friends, co-workers. And so the next day it goes up to 10. Pretty slow growth, right? But now there's 100,000 after their first year. And now the admin says, okay, now I'm going to start giving the coins away. I'm going to give a gift of 100,000 Kringles to everybody that comes in. Yes, it's not worth very much because we only have 100,000 people, but it's free. So everybody starts telling everybody. All 100,000 starts telling everybody. And we grow by 30 times in 1 year. Went from 100,000 to 3 million. But see, most of those people didn't take it seriously. They didn't put any value on that gift because they never had to reach into their pocket and pay even a penny for it. They just got it set up, put in their wallet, and they just kind of forgot about it. They didn't participate. Some of them did. Obvious enough that we grew 3 million. Obviously, some of them said, hey, check this out. You want some free cryptocurrency? It's called a billion coin. Here's how you do it. It takes 5 minutes to sign up. So we grew. Problem was, we noticed that it started to not grow so fast anymore. That and the fact that we got slowed down because we were doing so many transactions among each other that the system bogged down like the original Bitcoin did last year. They had to fork off, create another coin called Bitcoin Cash, raise their transaction speeds up to 130 on that coin per second rather than just 7 transactions per second, which is what the original Bitcoin can still only do. Okay? Compared to 2,000 or 3,000 that Visa and MasterCard can do, that's a world economy. You've got to be able to transact and move money that fast with masses of people. Now, yes, because they're not on a blockchain, Visa and MasterCard, their digital system, obviously it can do up to 50,000 per second. There's just not enough human beings in the world transacting that much. Okay, so they're averaging 2,000 to 3,000 a day, and then around Christmas time, it goes up to maybe 6,000 at the most transactions per second. But no Bitcoin, no cryptocurrency, can do that. There's a coin called Ripple that can do 1,500 transactions per second, but it's not a cryptocurrency. It is on an open source base. It is not on a blockchain. It's a bank coin. Okay? It's their way of saying, okay, you guys insist on using cryptocurrency. Well, we're going to come out with a coin. It's going to be called Ripple. Use ours because, man, we can use it all over the world. Okay? But it's not fooling anybody. Not too many. And again, it's on the market, which just makes it more ridiculous. Okay? But guess what? Our new blockchain can do, and we are averaging now, 2,000 to 3,000 transactions per second on a blockchain. So we're ready. We've stepped up our game. We're switching everybody over to this new. In fact, we're done. We're on the new blockchain now. All 3 million of us. But the reason we don't have 1 million billionaires or 1 million people with at least one coin is because those people don't know what's going on. They don't know what we're doing to get them their one coin. All they got to do is pay attention and we'll give it to them. They'll see how to get it. Okay, so now we're out telling the entire world, this is where we're at. This is where we're going. Be a part of our first 1 billion members. And you'll be set for life. Not only that, but if you want, you'll be able to help anybody you want. We the people will have the money. We the people will be able to build anything we want, anywhere we want. There is a total abundance of everything. We have been lied to. There is so much abundance. We could feed 3, 4, 5 times the amount of people in this world right now. With technology the way it is, don't worry about it. Don't worry about leaving your kids and your grandkids. In fact, now you've got something to leave them. You've got wealth. You've got abundance. You've got money that you can pass on and leave to them. Just that alone should make you want to come into our community and at least let the gift grow in value every day. It's like, I'm going to give you one more example of what makes our coins so amazing. Say you're a merchant and you're accepting Bitcoin. What do you do with that Bitcoin? Well, it could go down in value tomorrow, so you don't use it, right? Because then you're taking a loss. If you use that Bitcoin to turn around and buy merchandise again to sell to your customers and the value goes down the next day, you've taken a loss. And if it goes down the next day after that, it's just that much worse. So what these merchants and retailers and service providers are doing, the few that are taking the few amounts of Bitcoin, because the only people that can really spend their Bitcoin without hurting the bottom line of them trying to get the value of the coin to go back up is the ones that got in at the beginning and had lots of coins, lots of Satoshi. Okay? But the merchants are just taking that and putting it in their wallets and hanging on to it. They don't touch it because they know 12 months later the value is going to increase. And 12 months later, it's going to increase. And 12 months later, it's going to increase because of supply and demand. Not because of the trading exchanges, but because of the supply and demand. If there's only 21 million coins being made in Bitcoin, then 17 million are already in circulation. And there's only 12 million people in the planet using Bitcoin. They know the price is going to go up over time. And so they have enough cash flow going through their business. They don't need to use the Bitcoin. And very few come in and use Bitcoin on their system. Anyway, so it's fine. They are actually in a tremendous position because they're just receiving it. And they're not having to pay for it, except for whatever the cost was. Say they sold you something for $100 in Bitcoin, and it cost them only $10. Okay, and they raised it to 100 and they sold it to you. They got $90 profit in Bitcoin, but the price went down the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. Then it went up a little bit, and then it went up a little bit, then it went down again. If they're just leaving it in their wallet and they don't care about it, then fine. 12 months from now, it's going to be up 3, 4 times, who knows how many times more than what it was 12 months ago when they took it. But they can't touch it. But they are in a position where they are growing their Bitcoin wallet or their Litecoin wallet or their Ethereum wallet. Okay? But what about all the other merchants that can't do that? They're not in a position because there's not quite enough cash flow. They've got to turn around and take a vast majority of that cash and reinvest it in product to sell you again, to sell other people. They can't accept cryptocurrency. But they can accept the billion coin. They can accept Kringles if they are in a position like the others. And here's the difference between accepting $100 worth of Kringles and $100 worth of Bitcoin. They buy something for $10. They raise the price to $100. They sell it to you for $100 worth of Kringles. You put their Kringles in their wallet, and the next day it goes up in value. And the next day it goes up in value. And the next day it goes up in value. Next week, next month, next year, it never goes down. Okay. And they know before they even get to the point of accepting Kringles, they know the whole system. They know that we have 3 million people right now and we're going to go to 1 billion. And every time we bring a person in, it raises the value of the coin by $2.60 or 53 cents. Okay. So they're basically taking that $90 profit, and that $90 is going to turn into 10,000 bucks when it hits 1 billion members. They've sold you something that they bought and for $10, and they've got $10,000 worth of profit off of the $10 that they spent. Okay. When they realize that, merchants, retailers who are able to hang on to the money until the economy gets to the point where they can use it. If Bitcoin has a small economy at just 12 million, we're at 3 million. They're still 4 times ahead of us, but we're going to blow past them by the end of this year, because that's just the way the momentum works. Again, the more people to join, the more people that is there pushing the coin, then the more there is to continue to tell others, and the faster the growth happens. So when we get to a membership of 30 million, say, we're going to have twice the economy Bitcoin has right now. We get to 60, when we get to 60 next year, 60 million members, imagine the economy we'll have. 90 million? I don't think there'll be anybody refusing to take our coin anywhere. I believe you can go down at that point, 90 million members, and use it at 7-Eleven. Okay, so we will have an economy that will just continue to grow until it's worldwide. When we hit our 1,000,000th person, everybody in the world will be able to use Kringle, and we'll accept it. And we'll be thrilled to go out and earn it. Because if we own a McDonald's, instead of paying our employees $10 an hour, we'll pay them $100. We'll pay them $300. We'll pay them whatever, as long as they can live on it. A living wage that can never be guaranteed by any government in the world. Look at it that way. Okay? We'll pay you what you're worth. Okay? We're always going to need people working. People love to work anyway. What would people do if they didn't work? They'd go crazy. Okay? So, but they should be paid what they're worth. They shouldn't have to be working 3-4 jobs and their spouse working 3 or 4 jobs just so they could keep a roof over and food in their kids' mouth and pay for the insurance on their car plus the car payment, which they're in debt for. Everything's in debt. America is $70 trillion in debt. The people and the government together are over $70 trillion in debt to a private banking system whose money is worth nothing. Now, with cryptocurrency, you have money, real money, not currency, money, not just currency. And with the billion coin, you have a solution. With all the other coins, there's over 1,600 coins on the market right now. And there'll never, ever be a solution to eliminating global poverty. Not as long as they're on the market. Okay? So I'm not saying that there won't be any other abundance-based coin that's going to come out, because there will be. That's fine. I always say money doesn't compete with each other. The more real money that comes out, whether it's just a system like the United States coming out with their money backed by gold, Russia backing their ruble by gold, Chinese backing their yuan by gold, Venezuela creating their own cryptocurrency, backing it by gold, so they can make deals and feed their people so they're not starving to death anymore, then more and more is going to come out. And the more the better for the people, right? It's just, again, common sense and logic. But we want to have our coin just be a part of that. We want everybody to be able to use Kringle as money all over the world. And it's their money. It's not anybody else's. Does it belong to a bank? It doesn't belong to does it belong to the makers of our coin? It doesn't belong to anyone except us. And we do what we want with it. Imagine 1 million billionaires instead of 2,000. When there's that few people, you know that the majority of those individuals are extremely evil and wicked. Because when people get that kind of money and power, the temptations that come through the fact that we are created subject to vanity with 3 different types of lusts that create us to commit sin. If you're a Christian and you understand the Bible, then you know that we don't stand a chance when we get to that kind of power. Very few of us will be able to do good with our money. But when there's a million of us, and we're all like-minded because we came into this community with an unselfish mind and a non-greedy mind. Otherwise, we wouldn't be part of this community. How do you think that's going to change the world? Now, it's not going to make it a paradise. I always say that because we can't get rid of hate, but we can get rid of all the wickedness and evil that poverty brings with it. And that type of control brings with it. So please, take a look at what we're doing. It doesn't cost you anything to take a look. And if you like what you see, you'll have no problem in coming up with $10. I don't care what country you live in. You'll be able to come up with it. Okay? There's no hurry, no rush. We give you cookie points. You can exchange it in November into real Kringles. So you've got until November, if you want to exchange it in November, to come up with $10. Even if you're getting paid $1 a day in your country, you can come up with $10. Okay? And if you miss November, we'll have it again in May of 2019. We are eliminating poverty. We are not creating it. We are eliminating it. We are the opposite of every way that we have ever been known in our lives and even in our parents' lives, if you're my age. Okay, so take a look at the information in the description box below the video. You'll find all the links there, all kinds of information. Sign up, takes 5-10 minutes. Take a look around. It'll be the best time you've ever spent because you're either going to say, oh my gosh, and you're going to get involved and your life is going to start to change, or you're going to say, oh, nah, it's not for me. And you'll walk away, and that's fine too. Okay? All right, I'm usually scheduled. I just like doing these. By the way, they're not making us do these live broadcasts. They said, please do it if you can. And we volunteer to do it. But again, with their cookie reward systems and they can give out the coins, they do give us coins for doing anything that will help grow the community. And you can do the same thing. We'll show you how to do whatever it is that you want to do to make cookie points. There's all kinds of ways. Okay? We'll make you as wealthy as you want. And you won't have to spend $8 million to buy a full coin or to get a full coin. Not from admin. Okay? We'll certainly sell you a coin for $8 million if that's what you want, but none of us will do that because we're going to say that's crazy. You can get it for doing this. You do not have to spend this $8 million. Okay, unless we're just the type that we're still selfish and greedy and we won't tell you about that, and that just makes us evil. But again, we all tell everybody, hey, don't spend $8 million on a coin right now. You're crazy. Because we'll get it to you in your hands for either nothing or as cheap as $100. Because admin is giving the coins out. It doesn't discount the price or value of our coin. Otherwise, yeah, if you insist on buying it from us, we'll have to charge you the price. But why? Okay? So, I'm scheduled tomorrow again at 5 o'clock. What is tomorrow? Tuesday. Same time, same place, same channel. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please take a look at the information and get involved. It won't cost you anything to get involved. Then you'll be able to find out whether you want to get involved or not. It's real. It's happening. This is not just the future. It is happening right now. You haven't missed the boat with the billion coin. It's still docked. And we'll stay docked until we hit our first billion people. Okay? With all these coins on the market, like Bitcoin, you've missed the boat. Instead of being able to buy a Bitcoin for $100 and getting the full coin, you now have to spend, what is it, $8,000 a day? You understand the difference? Of course you do. Our boat is right here. We want 1 billion people on our yacht to take a cruise with us. Okay? All right. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.